Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we started to take a look down the nitrogen chain, and we have three things from this build we did the last time. Fertilizer, urea, I remembered, and ammonia. And those lead to, as I mentioned, something else in conjunction with the fish that we played with the time or two before. But we have a few more steps to get there, and as you can see, I just unlocked one technology called Red Algae processing. Immediately before that, I also did thermal water extraction, and that's going to be the source of content for us in this episode. So the first one has to be the, well, actually it doesn't have to be. The first one needs to be either this one or not. We're going to do this one, and it has to be, though, this is where has to be comes in. We have to make a Mark III algae farm for the red algae. And the reason is because, well, the first level only supports the green algae, either with the brown or by itself. Pick it up and make that into a 2. I hope that works. Yep, it should work. I forgot I have to make a crap ton of bronze pipes. I should probably set those up in the mall. Because bronze pipes are, yeah. They take a while. I'll queue some up, that way they're ready to go. They're going while we're talking. And then the Mark II version of the algae farm supports, of course, the Mark I stuff. Plus, oh, that's making iron pipes there too for this one. Yes, it is. Plus, I believe it also supports the brown algae component all by itself, and the blue algae, which is one we have not worked on yet. If you recall from ages ago when we were working on something else, that one was when we had to unlock in order to move on to something. I don't remember even what that was. Something to do with this stuff, I think. But we didn't use it right away because we... It's focused more on the oil production, the petrochem, and we don't need it at this point. So we skipped over the blue for now. We'll come back to it again at some point in the future to take a look at how that works in the petrochem component. But the third one, the third tier here of algae farm, which I did not make enough pipes apparently, but I made it close to enough, which helped it while I was yammering, makes all the previous ones plus red algae. Now, it's interesting that red is above blue here, which is kind of weird, but the red algae needs to have thermal water and ammonia gas, hence the need for ammonia gas production here, but also the thermal water tech before it. Now, what this makes is, of course, red algae, and we can turn that red algae into red cellulose fiber, and we can turn that red cellulose fiber into calcium carbonate, which we, of course, will need to have for the next, next project after this one. But before we can do that, we obviously have to make that thermal water, and the thermal water is made in a thermal pump that I can never find easily. There it is. A thermal water bore, and I'm going to go ahead and make one of those, because it does require a fair amount of steel gears and bronze pipes. And then we can take a look at that tech too, actually. Let's do that. So that's, of course, a thermal water bore. In order to run that, you need to actually supply it with lithium salt. Now, I don't know exactly what the scientific reason for lithium salt is, but it basically serves, in this case, as a catalyst, maybe, or a aid to the mining or the extraction of the water, and that of course produces the thermal water from the lithium salt in the thermal water bore. And the lithium salt rather is made by cooking, I guess, brown algae in furnaces. So I have made a change here. I have swapped out the wood belt that we put in the last time for brown algae, going into the fertilizer, but also for the purposes of this. And I knew there was a reason why I had used brown algae before. I just could not remember what it was, even though I literally had just planned this out in my sort of test game on the side there. So what I've done is I added in another Mark II algae farm over here, making more of the algae, making more of the brown algae. I don't know if it's enough. I have to actually do the math on that once we get closer to that sort of final product. But I have added an extra one here. Worst case, we take some more of this saline water and I'm going to have to put it somewhere else because we're a little crowded in here, but put it somewhere else, take it somewhere else, pipe it somewhere else, and make that into some more brown algae. For now, though, I think we're okay. And again, we have it making into fertilizer here. We have it being made into something that looks very similar to what we already made, but this is like paper or something or other. And then I squiggled this belt through here and down here, and we put it on where that wood belt was, all the way down to here. So now that we have the thermal water bore, which is here, it has this icon, which I liked the look of until I put it down in the game and realized that, oh, this is just a water pump from like vanilla. Like there's no special graphics here. What's going on, angels? So I'm gonna put it here actually because reasons that we'll later talk about. And so we're just going to cook one of these up for right now. This has one and only one recipe. Just needs that lithium salt, which we're going to bring in via a belt from to a furnace. And we're not calculating to a ratio right now. We're just kind of proving out the technology. I want a blue one, I think. I have a blue one. Oh well, now I got two blue ones. That'll be fine. We'll use it later. We'll put that in here, and then we're going to make this into lithium salt. I like the blue ones I think I talked about before because I can specify the recipe instead of having to cheese it or something. That's fine for now, at least. And then I also need fuel, which is what this is also going to be for. Let's go up here just for reasons that are unclear to me even at this point. Let's do that, and we'll just put these in like this. That'll go into there like that. You need some power, of course, here and over there. Oh, and you need more power over here. That's good. As soon as you are good to go, there you are. That'll make this. This will make this. And this will help make this once we add in the ammonia. This is, again, like I said, just a proof of concept. We will do a 2-scale ratio of this once the time comes. But that's going to make the red algae as soon as we get this thing. This thing is slow as molasses, by the way. It takes forever to run. And it only produces like 20 at a time every 10 seconds. So it does take forever, but this also takes forever. This is a 20-second process. So we're going to have more of these. And actually, we're going to end up needing more of this. I think we're going to probably need like 3 of these pumps. So I could make 2 more of them, I suppose. If I remember. They're there. What am I out of? Oh, good catch there, Wally. The bronze we're out of. But I don't think we need to worry about it for this moment, because we still have more recipes to take a look at. So, as I mentioned, we have the red cellulose fiber and the calcium carbonate. We can just, for right now at least, actually cancel that for a moment. Put a couple of these on the cook there, and then come back to that other one of those. Let's just do, for now, one of these and one of these. And again, like I said, we'll calculate the ratio later. That's going to make red cellulose fiber from the red algae. And then this is going to make the calcium carbonate from the red cellulose fiber. And there, of course. And then that. And that's calcium carbonate. Now, what is calcium carbonate used for? Great question. It's actually used for the next step in the process. Alginic acid is the one we are making up for paper. By the way, it has the same icon, so it's almost the same icon. Not quite, but almost. So be careful with that, I guess. This is used. That's recycling. Don't do recycling. Alien bacteria. And that's what we've been leading toward, is this alien bacteria and what comes after it. But alien bacteria is kind of the next big thing. And we need the calcium carbonate for that. And that's what we're going to actually explore next time. So this was a demonstration. There's a lot more that goes into this to get to where we're going. But this at least gets us to a little bit further along the way. The next technologies we're going to research after this is, we need some chlorine. So we have chlorine here. This gets us the hydrochloric acid right here. No. Right here. Hydrochloric acid that we need for that aforementioned alien bacteria. It needs hydrochloric acid, which is also why, by the way, in the last episode, we needed that other water filtration, whatever that was called. The name of which always escapes me. Actually, no, it doesn't escape me. I have it. Water treatment. That's why we needed this one, because this is processing. This has the involvement of the caloric wastewater that is used to make hydrochloric acid. So that's where the relationship goes, even though you don't actually use it in this. I think that's why there was the prerequisite in there. But we need to research chlorine processing, because we're going to need that hydrochloric acid. And then that opens up, of course, the alien microbe processing, which gives us both alien spores. Hey, look, polluted artificial fish water. That might be something that we know about. And then alien bacteria, which is going to use that calcium carbonate and some hydrochloric acid. And then the final step for the process we're getting into is alien farming, and we'll talk about that. If you are paying attention, you can see possibly what it's for, but we'll talk about the actual use of that in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.